We are about to throw it down on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. Plus, we are live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports Channel on YouTube. And I say throw it down because later in the show, we're going to talk about the big California League brawl that erupted between the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes and the High Desert Mavericks. So many layers to this. We're going to get to it in the third segment, so we're going to deep tease this. We're going to keep you around for a long time and talk about it in the third segment. But right now, we're going to talk Centennial High School football. We're going to talk Cal Baptist basketball because the new arena is going up on campus. So there's a lot going on in the IE right now. And we're going to touch them all here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM Plus, live and amplified on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. It's all brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. We appreciate their support. I saw Leonard Russell working out some of the young bucks. Tell you what, if you're not out there grinding, somebody else is. And Leonard Russell, a 1,000-yard rusher in the NFL Rookie of the Year. And he had some really good kids in there. And Spoiled, quick quality oil change in Riverside. Bill Navigato and his team are the absolute best. And it's in the name, guys. It's Spoiled. Take your car in, be spoiled. It's hot out there. You don't want your car to break down. That'd be like the worst in triple-digit heat. And Remax Advantage, nobody sells more real estate. 909-307-5665 is the phone number. So check them out. If you're looking for your dream home, maybe you're trying to list your home. Joe Miller, big-time sports fan, and he loves local sports, and he loves the Inland Sports Show. We couldn't appreciate it so much, Joe. And he's a big Angel fan, too. So Zink, you share in his misery right now because the Angels are struggling out there in Major League Baseball. So like I said, we're going to talk Cal Baptist basketball. I'm going to tell you everything I know about synchronized swimming. That's true. We'll talk Olympics. So we got a lot to get to, but we're going to kick things off with the boys from Titletown. Centennial High School football. The Huskies are in the house. Guys, first off, thank you for coming in on a Saturday. I appreciate it. I know the summer's kind of a weird time when there's all these camps you got to get to, and you've got 7-on-7, and there's tournaments and all this stuff. So thanks for making the time to come in. And first off, the big talk right now is the new playoff divisions. And I thought, man, so many changes for all these teams, and it's really shook everything up for everyone except for you guys. I mean, you're the defending back-to-back Pac-5 champs. You're the #1 team in this new Division I. So, I mean, what do you guys think of this new division format? Because really, to you guys, it's business as usual. I mean, you're going to see the same teams. It's really no change, right? I mean, were you guys affected by the new playoff divisions, or no big deal? Reggie's like, nah. Reggie, why don't you step up, Reggie?
Yeah, I don't think it's a big concern for us. We go out there and perform either way, so them switching it up doesn't really make a difference for us.
That's what I figured, right? I mean, it's just business as usual. You're going to see the same exact teams. Yeah. They just gave it a different, exactly. Names. At Pac-5, it's Division I now. So we got Tanner McKee, the quarterback. We got Justin Fisher, Reggie Whitfield. We've got Miles Reed on the end. That's if you're watching us live and amplified here on the camera, and Troy Spencer as well. Who's the defensive guy in here? It's Reggie, right? I knew. Yeah. The other guys are skill guys, so we're gonna talk a lot of offense here. I know Matt Logan. He loves his offense, but he tries to give his defense credit as well. Zach Rumbaugh was a stud last year, and I think Zach actually came on the show, didn't he?
Sure did.
Now I'm thinking about it, he came on. He's like, hey, you got to have Zach on. We got to give the defense a little bit of love because we're always talking Centennial and their awesome offense. But guys, when you look at this upcoming season, there's a lot of new faces. I mean, some of you guys got some starts and playing time last year, but I mean, is it like, hey, we're Centennial, we got the C on our helmet, the expectations are always sky high for the evil empire, Matt Logan. I mean, so you guys go into the season, you feel like, you know what, we got to just keep this thing going. There's no drop-off for Centennial football. You feel that way, Tanner?
I think we work as a team good, especially this season. We're all together, we're all work hard, and I think that will help us throughout the season.
And how about you, Justin?
Same well for Tanner said. We work pretty hard, and it's really like expectations that we got to make every year.
Now, do you guys know the year that Centennial won its only state title?
2008.
Yeah. All right, Miles, you know anyone from that 2008 team?
I actually know a lot of guys. My brother was a running back.
There you go.
So I know basically the whole team. All the guys used to come over, pool parties, throw me in the pool, bully me.
Wait, what? They threw you in the pool?
Vontez, all those guys. Yeah, got a close relationship with a lot of them.
So you're the younger brother of Arthur Burns. They won a state championship that year, the only state title in Centennial history, because they keep running into De La Salle. But does he tell you, or does anyone else tell you, hey, Miles, man, make it happen again. This could be the year. Get Centennial back on top.
Yeah, I don't want to be the only member of my family without a state ring, so I play with a little chip on my shoulder, and I got to get back at my brother, you know?
No more throwing you in the pool.
Nah, no more of that. I just want to flash my ring at him, too.
Just got an offer from Hawaii, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that pretty cool? I mean, get that first offer, first one under your belt, and the rest is just gravy, right?
Yeah, I'm looking to play more for my team this year. Like, offers will come. I'm just trying to, like, focus on my team and just let everything develop the way it should be.
And I heard you're getting interest from Ivy League schools.
Yeah, Harvard reached out to me, Yale, Cornell, and Lafayette. I don't think they're Ivy League, but yeah.
So you got good grades?
Well. Yes, sir.
What's your favorite subject? You got a favorite class?
History and science, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is Miles the guy who tutors the rest of the guys on the teams? I think last year was Javon or something like that. People said, no? Like, no, nobody goes to Miles. We just throw him in the pool. Reggie, you're a returning starter on the defensive side. We'll go to the defensive side of the ball for a second here with Centennial. Reggie Whitfield had a bunch of picks last year. As a returner in that secondary, obviously you know these guys are going to score points for you, but they're going to get the points. But for you guys on defense, you still got to keep the games close. You got to keep it low scoring from the defensive side, right? I mean, how do you approach that game when you know Tanner McKee and the rest of these guys are going to get the ball, they're going to get in the end zone?
Yeah, we just do what our coaches tell us. Our coaches are, for the most part, they're putting us in the position to, be successful on the defensive side. So as long as we're getting stops, these guys are going to put up points. We'll be solid.
And Troy, did you start every game last year?
Yeah, all 16.
So, I mean, you got plenty of playing time under your belt. I think you got, 6 touchdowns, like over 500 yards receiving. That sound about right?
Yeah, that's about right. I think 8 touchdowns.
Oh, man, I sold them short. But, Troy, going into this year, having that playing experience under your belt and knowing the expectations for Centennial, do you try to, guide the young guys along a little bit? And, I mean, you're going to step onto the field against some of these big-time teams. We're going to talk about your non-league schedule. But, I mean, if you've already been in some of those battles, it shouldn't faze you, right? Like, hey, we're Centen, man. This is what we do, right?
Yeah, not at all. I have to put on my battle face and be a leader for the team.
And you're in the slot, right? I know Matt Logan loves the slot guys, man. Get them the ball and then let them make plays, right? Is that what you do in the slot?
Yeah, yes, sir. I like to work in space. I could go inside and outside, though.
All right, then we got Tanner McKee. So, Tanner, Anthony Catalano is a stud. We love Anthony here on the show, but now it's your time to shine. What did you learn last year as a sophomore behind Anthony Catalano? How do you think that'll help you this year as a junior being the starter?
Well, Anthony was kind of like a coach for me. Whenever he came on the sidelines, he told me what reads he saw, kind of what the defense was changing into. So I got a lot of mental reps last year and a lot of reps in the second half. So it was a lot of fun to see how the games play at the varsity level and the speed.
Now, I had the opportunity to be principal for a day at Centennial High School, and I got to sit in with you and Anthony and Coach Logan when you were breaking down film. How much of a I don't know what you'd call it. Like, Matt Logan really likes to break down formations and where guys are lining up. I mean, I would say like a geek. He really geeks out. He loves that kind of stuff. And, and he was sitting there with you and Anthony, and he's like, I can tell you exactly why this team lost. And boom, he breaks it down.
Yeah.
I mean, how much happens off the field when you guys are behind closed doors of just sitting there with Logan and him helping you be a better quarterback like that?
Yeah, well, that's huge. Every game prep, we'll have tons of film, just hours of film. We'll know exactly what we need to do, exactly what they're going to do. We should know exactly what yard line our guy's going to break and how we're expected to play because we rep it so many times at practice. We watch film and we know what we're going to do.
All right, Justin Fisher. So we're talking about Tanner backing up, obviously Anthony Catalano. You got to play with a guy named Javon McKinley who turned out to be pretty good, right?
Yeah.
He was okay.
Yeah.
What did you learn from Javon? Because every time I saw him, he was just going to the end zone. I just saw like the back of his jersey, going the other way.
Last year was pretty much like my first year there, so I was pretty I was new to the system. And then every practice, he was on me. He was telling me how to line up, get off the ball, and get to my route on time. And I really picked up and I learned from that. So.
And this Tyjon Lindsey guy, is he any good? I just see all the stars. Is he any good? I heard he's going to the opening, so I guess he's legit, right? No, yeah, Tyjon Lindsey, the transfer from Bishop Gorman, obviously he's a stud, and everybody knows about him. He's headed to the opening up in Oregon, which is a big-time deal. Let's talk about your guys' non-league schedule, because Matt Logan's the kind of guy that says, we'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. It doesn't matter. We'll line up and we'll go for it. So here's your non-league schedule. You take on Chandler from Arizona, one of the top teams from that state. You got IMG Academy, which just blows my head clean off, because that is like one of the top programs in the country. I don't care if you're talking Florida football, Texas football, any kind of football. Centennial against IMG, it's like the best from the East, the best from the West getting together. That'll be at Mission Viejo. Yeah, Orange Lutheran, you guys always play great games with Olu, Notre Dame from Sherman Oaks, and Liberty from the Las Vegas area. So that sounds like a fun schedule, right? I mean, you don't want to go in thinking, man, if we just come out 3-2, because when you play at Centennial, it's like, okay, we got to come out 5-0. That's kind of how we, the mindset. So Miles, we'll start with you. We'll just work our way over. So looking at that daunting non-league schedule, you're like, you know what? There's no reason why we shouldn't go 5-0, right?
Yes, sir. Like, there's no reason for us to be nervous. We trust Logan and his coaching, and I trust in our ability. So I believe that we could very easily come out 5-0. IMG, I'm really looking forward to that game. I know these guys are as well. But that's going to be our statement game. That's going to be when we show the nation that we're better than number 21, that we should be at the top of that list.
And Troy, do you look at rankings? Do you worry about like where the different websites put you guys, or just like, you know what? I know who we're going to be playing in non-league, so we can prove it on the field.
Not at all. I don't look at it at all.
You don't look at it at all? You don't buy into it?
No. At Centennial, we don't worry about that. We just like to play football. That's why we're the best of the best.
So when you saw the schedule come out, you're like, yeah, Matt Logan hooked it up. I mean, what did you think when you saw all these schools?
A little bit, not intimidated, that's for sure. I just looked at it, I was like,
you want to be challenged.
Yeah,
right?
we got some competition, that's all.
And Reggie, I mean, you guys are all used to lining up against De La Salle and St. John Bosco, so it's no big deal when you see like an IMG Academy. I mean, that's what you guys do.
Yeah, it preps us for the playoffs, because we're going to see those types of teams anyway later down in the line, like De La Salle, like that. So it's preparing us, and I appreciate it. I like it.
So you guys open with Chandler. That's August 27th.
Yes,
it's set on the
sir.
schedule at Norco High School.
I think so.
Is that really?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's the neutral site that they chose.
Oh, they chose a neutral site.
Neutral site is
All right.
a 6-mile drive for us.
Yeah, everyone else is head up to 15. No big deal, right? Pack that place with red and black. So.
you don't belong.
I know they probably did that on purpose. What's your biggest rival? Okay, we'll play it at Norco. So August 27th against Chandler from Arizona, and we'll go with Justin over here. So that's the first game on the schedule. So do you start game planning for that team, or right now is it more about what you guys are doing? Doesn't matter who you're going to play; it's what you guys are doing, and just being ready for whoever you play in that first one.
I feel like it's kind of a little bit of both. Like, we're worried about us and fast and physical. That's our motto. We work on that every day, and we're just out there practicing, trying to get better every day. And that's pretty much it.
How about you, Tanner? I mean, excuse me. Is it just about obviously getting on cue with these guys, some of your receivers here, and just getting those repetitions in, and just understanding the game plan and what Matt Logan's expecting from you, as opposed to, oh my gosh, we're playing Chandler, what do they do, what kind of defense are they going to line up in? So it's more about what you guys do at this point, which is still weeks, months away.
Yeah, I feel like it's more like what we do. Our offense, we're going to set the tempo, we're going to set the pace of the game, or we're going to move the ball. So I think we're going to do what we're going to do. So we're not worried. We're not going to change for them. We're going to force them to change for us. Is what we're going to go for, fast and physical.
So when you guys aren't getting prepared to win a state championship, what are you guys doing in the offseason? It's the summertime, right? I know, I'm sure Matt Logan's like, yeah, we got weightlifting, we got this, we got that. But what do you guys do when you're not playing football out there?
Prepare to win a championship.
We don't do anything else. Sleep, eat football, right? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
But actually, Miles and Justin over here, you guys actually hung out with some foster kids, right, in San Diego?
Yeah, Royal Family Kids Camp. There's about 20,000 kids in the Riverside area who are homeless, and it was just like, it really like hurt my heart going out there, because it seemed like they didn't have anything, and it was just a pleasure to like give back to the community and talk to the kids, because they really looked up to me and Justin, like asking for autographs and stuff.
They asked for autographs. I was like,
yeah, I didn't know we were that important. Like, just throw the football with them, play a little basketball, soccer. That's all it's about.
Yeah. How did it open your eyes, Justin?
They really looked up to us. They like when we came there, we told them we were football players. They were like, wow, you guys are football players. Like, actually, like real football players. And me and Miles were like, that's crazy. Like, we played football with them. We played a little basketball. We did everything. It was really fun.
did you guys kind of reflect on your own lives and think, man, I'm blessed?
Yeah.
You know,
yes, a lot.
I've got a lot of good things in my life.
lot.
Yeah.
And so what are you going to take away from that experience? And you're hoping to do it again? And
Oh we weren't old enough to actually be volunteers in the camp, but we could come down and do like community service for a day. But next year when I'm 18, I'm definitely signing up for a camp. I'm going to be a staff member.
That's awesome. That's cool, Miles. Were you guys old enough to remember those Centennial versus Vista Marietta battles? Were you guys in diapers?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, Miles knows.
I remember when with my brother. I remember when with Romello Goodman.
Yeah,
that was a crazy
that's
game.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember with Trey that was actually my first CIF title or hour. When Trey took on Vista Marietta, and we barely pulled that one out. It was actually one of the most exciting games of my life.
Well, if you're watching us live and amplified right now on the Inland Sports Channel, we got highlights from that game, and I'm bringing it full circle. I'm bringing it back around to the playoff divisions that we were talking about in Division One, because Vista Marietta now is in Division One, and from being an Inland Sports guy, I'm like, man, that's cool. I'd love to see that Centennial versus Vista Marietta rivalry come back. So you were did any of you guys remember the games? So you were there, right?
Oh yeah, I was at all of them.
Do you guys remember those games at all?
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because there was I think 4 years in a row, right? Centennial won 3 of the 4, and there was like 4 years in a row when they were going for the Inland Division Championship. It was really cool. I mean, I've been to a lot of championship football games, but something about that Vista Marietta Centennial games was just crazy. It was just electric at the stadium. And the last one was at Centennial. I think Colton Gerhardt, right, was the quarterback for Vista Marietta there. So, is there a game on your guys' schedule that you guys say, man, I really want to win that one, or that's an important one? Or does it
IMG.
I figured as much. Because what's IMG, like number 4 in the country or something like that?
Something like that.
I mean, but last year when you guys played De La Salle for the state title, everyone said whoever wins this game for the Open Division State Championship in California will be the national champion, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the talk that was going into it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you look at that and you're like, okay, if we beat IMG, we beat Chandler, we beat Liberty, we run the Big 8, we win another D1 title. I mean, there should be not only state title talk, should be national title talk, right? I mean, do you guys look at that big picture?
Not really.
Or is it just me?
I don't know. I feel like we're going to do what we're going to do. We can't be happy with one game or just anything. We're just going to keep playing as hard as we can. Each team that we place, we're going to come up with the same mentality. We're going to do what we do.
From Santiago to IMG, we're looking to work hard.
Yep.
And you guys, it sounds like you're ready. Enjoy your summers. We appreciate you taking the time to stop by the Inland Sports Show. Please don't throw Miles in the pool. It happened so much as a kid. We don't need that again. He's such a good kid. Good grades. He's hanging out with the foster kids giving back. Please be nice to him. You guys promise me that?
Yeah.
All right, good enough. All right, guys. Really appreciate it. Best of luck this season. Keep winning some games, and we'll bring you back. Sound
Hope
good?
to see you out there sometime, Kev.
Hey, I will. I'm going to come out and see some of your passing. I promise.
All right.
I'll see you this summer with the video camera.
Sounds
good.
All right, that's the Centennial High School football team in studio here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. When we come back, I'm going to tell you everything I know about synchronized swimming, and we'll talk with Cal Baptist head basketball coach Rick Croy. That's coming up on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. How long we got? 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Stop.
Here, let's see if I can excuse him. Yeah, are we going serious? I mean, we can bow up. I mean,
You gotta. Are we going serious? It depends. What are we doing?
So serious?
Let's be serious.
Yeah, I'll go serious.
One serious once a month.
The prescription antibiotic drugs Levaquin or Avelox. These popular antibiotic drugs have been prescribed more than 80 million times since 2004, and medical studies show an increased risk of the following injuries.
Whoa. I'm not puffing up enough.
If you or a loved one use the prescription antibiotic drugs Levaquin,
Yeah. Cool. A smiley one? Should we get a smiley one?
Oh man, may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk at 800-819-4565. 800-819-4565. 800-819-4565.
Cool. Guys, thanks so much.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
That was awesome. Thank you.
No handshakes here, guys?
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Best of luck this season. Best of luck this season, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
By the way, we'll see you plenty of times. David Tinker, Press Enterprise, man. I want to talk to you later.
I got you.
Good to see you, Miles.
Hey, it's good seeing you.
Miles,
I'm serious. I'll see you guys at Passing League sometime soon.
I want to do a story on the many games that you've seen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
What a
much.
good kid. What a good kid. Dom, you're awesome. Dude, Miles, man.
Hey, I'll get in touch with you about Mark.
Let me know. Just give my information.
I will. Thank you very much for your time. Take care, man.
Hey, Dominic, I'll be in touch because I don't know what their passing schedule looks like, so I'll check in with
Man,
you.
I had to go.
I do want to come out and shoot some video.
Dude, I got it, but I was on Instagram.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
There's someone out there.
All right, thank you, Dominic.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I got one on Instagram, then I got the smiley one. I'm sending it. I already sent one out.
Okay.
Dude, that one's like 25 people like, no, they're on it.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, it was, I swear.
Hey Zink, so why don't you go on the inside and guys come on in. So if you have something to
Here, I'm going to dump some inside.
do, they're like, is that's legal? Like you could do that?
Yes. You know what? You just want to sit there and not talk?
No, I just
That's what your life is about, right?
It said it's a
I hope
sports
so.
You
boarding
get to talk a
school.
lot.
It's the way they
You're gonna have to hold that
prep
up.
school. So like, yeah.
No, this one doesn't.
I thought that was.
No, that one does not.
Welcome to the Legal Minute with super lawyer
Let me
Nick
fix that.
Cavados and founder of 1-800
There.
No Cuffs, Jim from
And Fox Sports Radio 1350.com. Now here's more with Pep on the Inland Sports Show.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. I love the Centennial guys. Now, it's no secret, Matt Logan's one of our favorite guys in the world. And we have him on the show a ton. But we wanted to get the guys in here to talk about their upcoming season. That schedule is just crazy. But they always schedule like that. They always have tough teams. They span the nation looking for the best teams. And, of course, they're really excited about that IMG Academy. That's going to get a lot of national attention, especially who wins that game, because they'll still be in the hunt for that national championship. Last year, Centennial played De La Salle for the state title, and everyone said whoever won that game would be crowned the national champion of high school football. Of course, De La Salle got that one 28-21, but Centennial looks reloaded, a lot of new faces, but they're going to be good again. They've got a lot of great players, and we just heard from a bunch of them here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. In a little bit, we're going to talk with Rick Croy, the head basketball coach at Cal Baptist University. CBU has a brand new sports arena going up on campus. It's going to sit over 5,000 people. It's going to be state-of-the-art. It's going to be really awesome, and they're doing construction of it right now. So we're going to hear from Rick Croy, get his thoughts on the new event center going up at CBU. But before we get to him, I just wanted to touch on a couple things about the old red, white, and blue, the stars and stripes. So we got the USA taking on Mexico. That's El Clásico. At the arena in Ontario Monday night. If you guys are into arena soccer, USA taking on Mexico. Zink, what side are you falling on, Mexico or USA? I know you like Mexican food. I wasn't sure.
I'm neutral. No, USA.
USA, of course. That's 7 o'clock Monday night at the Citizens Business Bank Arena.
Well, you're trying to you were trying to get me to be the bad guy.
Was I?
You were.
I was baiting you into being the bad guy?
You totally baited me there. You're thinking, oh, he's going to go
Not today.
El Trey. You wanted me to say El Trey.
Greg's going to be the bad guy later in the show. Yeah, he's going to be the bad guy.
Why not?
So, and also, speaking of USA, so in July at RCC, there's going to be a big synchronized swimming championship. It's called the Synchro America Open. And a lot of the people going to the Rio Olympics come to RCC, the synchronized swimmers, and this is like their final tune-up, their last chance to get in the pool, work on some things. So they literally go from here to Rio, to the Olympics. So if you want to see a bunch of Olympians before they get to the 2016 Summer Olympics, you can check them out at RCC. I had the chance to interview the American CEO, Miriam Glaze. I had to get that right. It's Miriam Glaze. And she's the CEO. She's the one that helped bring this competition to RCC. And the American duet in synchronized swimming. I'm telling you everything I know about synchronized swimming right now. The American duet qualified for the Olympics. So if you're a big fan of the red, white, and blue, you can get all painted up and go down to RCC and cheer them on. You can actually see them before they head to the Rio Games. But we actually had our Americans qualify for the Olympics, so that's really cool.
Well, as you should know, Pep, that synchronized swimming is something that's been very big in Riverside for a lot of years. I mean, the Aquettes are a well-known synchronized swimming club. I'm sure you spoke to them about that, and they said glowing things about the program.
Of course.
We have a great pool to splash in, do your little dancing, or what do they do there? They swim dance? What do they do?
It's like swimming,
Ballet, swimming,
dance, gymnastics.
Wow, look at Greg. Greg is an expert there. Do you hear that?
He's a man about town. Yeah, he knows everything over here.
I'm definitely going.
He's definitely going. Because if you're watching us live and amplified, I did put up a picture of Team USA. And Greg's impressed, I guess. So, yeah. He's
all
going.
the way.
USA all the way.
The way they wax their hair to their head and wear nose plugs is amazing.
Very interesting look. So if you want to check it out, it's pretty cool. If you're into the Olympics, I'm a big patriotic guy. I love the Stars and Stripes. I mean, this would be a cool time to go down to RCC, see people who are going to be on TV in the Olympics in just a couple weeks at the Summer Games. So that's pretty cool.
Can I jump back for 1 second?
Sure.
Because I wanted to revisit something when you were talking to Centennial. Do you remember when no, you don't remember, but I remember when the last game that Centennial and Vista Marietta played against each other was at Centennial High School, and Centennial actually won. I think it was Michael Eubanks. Michael Eubanks last season at Centennial, and they won the game. The game was barely over. Myself, Lewis, Nels, and others from the Press Enterprise, we were live streaming from the sideline, and we ran out on the field to get interviews, and we got a hold of Coley Candell probably 6 steps onto the field, and I just threw at him, "So, Coach, how does it feel?" And he looked at me like he was going to tear my eyes out, and then started to answer the question. It was really awkward and very funny after I thought about it, but at first I was terrified. I thought, my God, Coley Candell is going to kill me. I mean, I was like way out of line. But I was told, get out there and get a question out there, and I just threw something out there. "So, Coach, what do you think?" And he looked at me like I was a loon.
He can be intimidating,
Which
right?
I am.
Coley Candell.
He can be. Actually, he's gotten better.
Super nice guy.
He's gotten better when they talked about the whole with the realignment of divisions and everything. The best quote we got was from him when he said, "A lot of teams woke up this morning not think they have a chance at a championship, and they're going to bed tonight with dreaming about championships."
Yeah, the new playoff divisions, it's a brave new world. It's kind of wacky in some ways, but I guess we'll kind of figure it out as we go, because before, it was easy. You just do the math. You finish in the top 3, you win your league or whatever, you go, you make the playoffs. But now it's like, they'll start with all the league champions, and they'll slot them in their divisions. And they'll take all the second-place teams, and they'll slot them in the divisions. And when it runs out, it runs out.
And every year it changes. So if you're doing well, there are no dynasties anymore. That was the other thing Coley talked about. There are no dynasties anymore. You can't stay anywhere too long. Unless you're in Division I, winning championship after championship after championship, you win at Division III, you're going to be moved up to Division II. And it's every 2 years that they're looking at your points. So, I mean, with that being the case, you're not going to have a team sitting in Division V who wins 5 titles. They might win 1, maybe 2, and then they're moving on.
I guess comparable to European soccer, right?
Right, it's like relegation.
You go up, you're not doing good, you go down. So.
Very much, but the sad thing is, in the lower divisions, you got Division 13, there's like 70, 65 teams, and you got 16 spots available for the playoffs. So there's a lot of teams that will never see the playoffs in
No.
Division 13.
And some divisions have, I think Division 1 has like 18 schools, and some divisions have like 40 or, 40 plus.
Yeah.
So,
And one other observation from your interview, it was very funny to watch from one end to the other, the quarterback with his very straight talk, and then to the other side of the room with just right off the top of his head, he's talking about it.
Miles.
Talking about Vontez picking on him and things like
throwing him
that.
in the pool.
It's great. It's great.
Centennial's got a bunch of good guys, and they're going to have a good season. They always reload. I told them when we were off the air that every single year Centennial has a senior class, and they graduate, and you're thinking, man, there's no way. Those seniors were so good. How are they going to replace those guys? And they always do. They always do. It's just, they do at Centennial High School. Yeah, so anyways, it was good talking to them.
You didn't ask him about Matt Logan's, his nuptials are pending. And you didn't ask him if they were invited.
Oh, that's true.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, why don't you give the detail? I don't know all the details.
I'm not going to give the details. I don't know if Matt wants the details out there.
Okay.
I just know he has pending nuptials. I was just curious as to whether they might have been invited.
Invited to what?
Well, you have pending nuptials. That means you're getting married.
Okay, no, I just didn't know.
Well, I'm trying to play coy here. I don't want to get look. Matt's a friend. I don't want to get in trouble with Matt. Hopefully he's not
You
listening.
brought it up. I'm just asking questions.
Well, you didn't ask the question.
I asked you what's going on.
Well, you're asking me. I can't. Okay.
All right. So
that's how PEP works.
So we're waiting for Cal Baptist head coach Rick Croy to call in. He's going to talk about the topping out ceremony. It's where they place all the beams, like really the structure of the new event center. So all the coaches got to sign some of the beams, and they raise it up, and it's like the centerpiece of the new structure. So it's a big deal at CBU, and they're really pushing forward with improving their athletics department. Possibly going Division 1. Of course, at Division 2, they're good at pretty much every sport. You just pick the sport. Men's volleyball are already dominating some of the top Division 1 teams, but at Division 2, they're really competitive in every single sport. And man, this new event center is going to look really good on campus. And I can't say enough good things about CBU, but having a 5,000 seat arena on campus that's state of the art. If you're trying to get players to come there, that's going to help.
Whether heading west or coming home from an Angel game, every time I drive past Adams, I always look to my left as I'm coming back into town, look to see how far it is, and you could slowly see a building. And now you can actually see the top of it, almost the entire structure, at least the steel structure. It will be. It will be. It'll be something that will be great because it'll also be great because it can also bring championships level stuff to Riverside because they now have, in Riverside, an arena that can seat 7,000 people.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to open in the spring of 2017. So that's really not that far off. If you think about it, it's less than a year away. So it's going to be up, it's going to be rocking, and we'll see if this improves CBU's chances. If they want to go Division 1, they've got the facilities to do it now, right? Is that pretty much what happens?
Right. And when you hold your political rallies in a few years, when you run for president of Riverside, when you run for president of CBU or whatever, you'll be able to have a big rally in there,
I could.
Make that happen.
Yeah, make inland sports great again, right? I'm going to go in there and turn this local sports coverage around.
Go with your big hands.
Well, speaking of, let's go straight to the Remax Advantage Celebrity Hotline. This could be the one and only Rick Croy, the head basketball coach at Cal Baptist University. Coach, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. How are you today?
Well, I'm doing great, Pep. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, we really appreciate it. We're really excited about the new event center going up on campus. This arena is going to be awesome. I saw some pictures of you signing some of the beams that are going up into the structure. What was that all about, and what did you write on there?
It was just kind of really to celebrate all the hard work that the contractors and the subcontractors have put into following through on Dr. Ellis's vision of this event center for CBU and for Riverside and the Inland Empire. It's going to be, a real legacy building on campus and just a real special time. We're probably about a year out, and that day was kind of to celebrate where we're at in the process and, just put some signatures on a beam, on a building that we think is going to mean a whole lot to CBU.
So do you already use this as a recruiting tool when you go out and talk to prospective players and say, you know what, we're going to have a really nice facility for you to play in?
Yeah, we do. It's starting to serve us well in recruiting already, and it's really the only facility of its kind in the Inland Empire, and it's going to be a first-class facility. CBU does things the right way. So We're very excited about it, but at the same time, I try and remind our guys it's never about the buildings. It's always about the people. And we play in Van Dyne Gym right now, and Van Dyne's been really good to us. We've been 45-2 since we took over in 2013 in Van Dyne, so we're not in a hurry to get out of here.
Well, the arena won't help you dribble the basketball or make baskets, right?
No, it'll just hopefully provide a great venue for people to come and celebrate CBU and basketball and just really athletics in the Inland Empire.
So, Coach, how has the recruiting season been? And talk about the class that's coming in for next season for the Lancers.
Yeah, we feel like we've got a strong class. We feel like we've got a good group of returners. First off, with Michael Smith returning, he was Pac West Player of the Year, Pac West Tournament MVP. Khalidou Diop, our 5-man inside, has had a great spring and summer. We're expecting big things from him. So we've got some good, real strong returners, and we think we improved. We think we improved our roster with our recruiting class. We got a transfer from Portland, Jason Todd, who we think is going to be very strong for us. Point guard transfer from LMU named Casey Norris, who we also think is going to be a really good leader. And then we got some young guys, some freshmen, 2 from Australia, and then a kid from up in the Bay Area. So we're really excited about our class.
So you'll have one more season with this class in Van Dyne, and then the goal is for the following year to be in the new arena?
That's right, yeah. We'll play the 16-17 season in Van Dyne, and then we'll open up the 17-18 season in the Event Center.
As a head coach, I mean, you're getting great players, you're going to have a great facility. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but is the goal to maybe move up in division at some point if you have everything else around you ready to go, as in a facility, as in, players to play at that level?
Yeah, I think that is part of the vision. A lot of things have to happen in order for everything to fall into place, but I certainly think the potential of that, the potential's there, and it just depends on the vision of Dr. Ellis. He is a big believer in athletics, being the front porch for the university. We try and put together teams that represent that vision, but I definitely think there's a chance that could happen.
Hey, Coach, so you've been busy with the summer camps, right? I see kids, the camps, and you're obviously heavily involved. Is it like the high school camps? I mean, what's going on at CBU right now?
Yeah, we've had a real good summer of camp, and it continues. We started with our elite camps, and our elite camps are an opportunity for players that feel they're recruitable athletes, and they come onto our campus. We get a chance to coach them, evaluate them, lead them, and take a real good look at them as prospects. And those are student athletes, usually ranging from age 14 to 18, that are still in high school and want a chance to maybe play at CBU or play at a different university. But so that we started off really strong with those. Then we moved into our day camps, which are for our campers ages 5 to 14. And those have been really, really popular this summer. Already through 2 weeks, we've had over 300 campers.
Well, Coach,
so we're really spreading our love for the game of basketball and also spreading our vision at CBU. And then also currently we have our team camps going on, our high school team camps. So right now, just this weekend alone, we have over 30 high schools here competing on campus.
Oh, well, so a lot of local ones, like from the Inland Empire?
Yeah, we've got Corona Centennial, some real strong programs, Roosevelt, Damien, schools from all over the Inland Empire, up into the high desert, Palm Springs, Temecula, Murrieta. We've got a lot of really strong programs, great high school coaches, and we get a chance to get them on campus, have them eat in our cafeteria, let them see what campus is like, compete in our facilities. Our staff gets a chance to watch them, and then also they get a chance to watch our guys work out. We do a couple clinics each weekend, and they get a chance to take a look at what it takes to play college basketball.
Wow, Coach, that's a fantastic deal. I mean, a win-win. You get to see these guys, and they get to see what CBU's all about, and it probably wouldn't hurt to just walk them past the new event center, right, that's going up. Hey, by the way, look at this place that we're getting.
Yeah, no, it works out great because right now, when we host the team camps, we play in 2 facilities. We play in the rec center, our student recreation center, and then we play in Van Dyne, and we've got teams going back and forth from both, and they have to walk right by the event center. And you know, they're still as popular as CBU has become, and as much enthusiasm as there is about the university. There's still a lot of people from Southern California that haven't been on campus before. And when we get them on campus, they're just blown away by the things that are going on at CBU. So the camps have served as really just a great exposure tool for our school.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. You're doing some wonderful things out there at Cal Baptist University, and we're excited to see this new event center just spring right out of the ground.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate everything you guys are doing with the show, and appreciate all the work with sports in the Inland Empire.
Well, thank you, Coach Croy. We appreciate it. We'll catch up again soon.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, that's Cal Baptist men's basketball coach Rick Croy joining us here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk Cal League baseball. Intern Aaron's going to give us a full report from the Midway Classic on board the USS Midway. And then I've got a bone to pick with Greg.
I already know what it is.
It's going to get messy in here. I might have to put on an Inland Sports bib. I just don't know right now. But we're going to talk about it. He doesn't even know what I'm going to talk about. But it's going to get good. We're coming right back on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Every sport that we offer here, the performance training is definitely specific to what they need. A lot of people actually come in here for the performance training, and also we have our travel ball program with our softball and baseball teams. Our performance training definitely to get quicker, stronger, faster.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out.
Fox Sports Radio 1350 and foxsportsradio1350.com. Now here's more with Pep on the Inland Sports Show.
Yeah, so Coach Croy blew me away with Centennial and Roosevelt and Damien High School at this summer tournament at Cal Baptist. This is big-time high school program, so that's a cool deal. High school kids get on campus, great competition. They also get to see CBU, and their facilities meet the coaches, see the new arena going up. I mean, it's a win-win, right? I mean, it sounds amazing.
Note to UC Riverside.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, man, that was a good deal. So thank you to Coach Croy taking that time out on a Saturday to check in and talk about pretty much everything. Summer tournaments, the new arena, so it was good to hear from him. We're brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training, Spoiled, and Remax Advantage. Now, this is our California League report. We're going to talk a lot of things from the California League. So, Greg said last week, man, you guys need to cover more Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Not because they're just on Fox Sports 1350. He's like, Mike Lindskog is a great guy. And that's all true. Mike's an awesome guy. He's like, but you guys need to cover them more. It's like, Greg, you're right. You know, you got me. You're right. We need to get out to more Rancho Cucamonga Quakes games. So Adam Quintana, the pride of San Gorgonio High School, getting the start for High Desert at Rancho Cucamonga Friday night. I'm like, what a perfect time. The All-Star break is over. It's a nice Friday night. Quintana's on the hill for High Desert. It's going to be awesome. I walk in, and this little kid named Jacob, shout out to Jacob out there, came up, wanted to take a selfie with me, which was awesome. I saw 2 different adults get foul balls, give it to the kids. I said, picture perfect day. This is wonderful. Greg, you are a genius. He was right all along. I should be out here.
Oh, man.
So there I was. Like most stories start this way. Minding my own business. Just enjoying a great night. Like I said, Quintana's on the bump. Adults being nice to kids. Taking selfies. It was wonderful. And then a brawl broke out. And if you're watching us live and amplified, you can watch it right now. The whole thing's on our Inland Sports YouTube channel, which already has close to 5,000 views already. I saw the LA Times picked it up, CBS Sports picked it up, so I don't know how far it'll go. But I thought, oh my gosh, of all nights, following Greg's advice, the brawl breaks out. So this could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending how you look at it.
Hey, what are you talking about, Pep? He actually clued you in on something you got and everybody else wants, and you're giving him grief. He actually, I have to say, as far as an editor or advanced scout goes, he's awesome. Look at that.
What did you know, Greg?
You went to one Cal League game, and you got a brawl that you're going to get probably 15, 20,000.
Game and a fight.
And he got a selfie with a great kid, and he saw all kinds of good stuff beyond
and
that.
Adam
Greg, I'm with
Quintana's
you.
story.
Greg, I'm with you, man. I can't. How ungrateful can that guy be?
Man,
grateful.
You guys all turned on me.
Believe it.
Man.
Jeez.
It was funny. So I was listening to Mike Lindskog on the way home on the radio, and he's like, I can't think of the last time there was a California League brawl. And I thought to myself, I can, because I think I was at it. I think it was in 2010 in Bakersfield. The guy hit a walk-off home run. He was going around third base, didn't even make it home. He got into a brawl at third base.
With who?
It was the third base. I think it was the Stockton Ports. I think it was Stockton.
Wow,
and
that's
the
old.
third baseman said something to him as he was rounding third on a walk-off.
And then said, forget
And they
the
had a
home run.
huge brawl. And they got like over 200,000 views.
Did the game end because he never made it to home plate?
I think the umpires had to get him out of the melee, take him down, and make him touch the plate.
So then there's a fight going on. And
You
he's
can't
walking
help
to home
somebody to
plate.
home plate.
Yep.
You cannot help somebody to home plate. Breaking every rule in the book.
I don't know.
And by the
I
way,
would show it to you,
there's
but I
one
deleted that
common
YouTube
denominator. There's one common denominator with Cal League fights.
What's that? Me?
Pep Fernandez is in attendance at them.
I don't know what it is, man.
What is it about your juju that makes everyone want to fight?
I have no idea. And like I said, it was a beautiful night. Kids were getting foul balls, taking selfies. I mean, Quintana, it was all great.
No heckling? You weren't heckling anybody?
No, I wasn't. Just the guy in front of me who had a old school Florida Marlins World Series jersey with the number 9 on his hat. Was that Dontrell Willis? Or who was that?
I have no idea.
Jeff Conine? Like, I have no idea.
Talk about out of left field.
Yeah, he was heckling, but he's one of them that got a foul ball and gave it to a kid, so. Anyways, Greg, maybe I approached this all wrong. Maybe everyone else
should
is
be
right.
thanking you, Greg.
That I should be thanking you for saying, you know what, Pep? Inland Sports does not do enough Rancho Cucamonga.
I think Inland Sports doesn't pay Greg enough money for doing what he does, which is scout games and know when there's going to be a fight. When's the next fight, Greg?
Yeah, what did you know?
Actually, the Quakes and the Mavericks are going. They were tied for first in the first half, and then the Mavericks actually got a couple games at the last end of the.
Oh, so the Mavericks won the first half title.
Yeah. So the Quakes are a little bit upset, but hopefully.
Bad blood.
Yeah.
And
Can you see this insider stuff he's giving us now?
I know.
He doesn't get paid enough, Pep.
Jeez, Greg.
Insider. He had insider information right there.
Yeah.
One other final thing I just want to clear up. So there was a couple of the stories I saw that it was like the first pitch of the 6th inning. Like the pitcher just came out, hit the batter, and then boom. So actually it was the second pitch. The first pitch almost hit the batter. And the batter had a stare down with the pitcher. And that's when I thought, okay, something's not right here. I had my camera off. Because like I said, I got lots of great video. I got the Quintana stuff. It was a wonderful night. The stars were out. Everything was good. So I had my camera off. And I was just enjoying the game.
Well, do you know the batter hit a home run before that, and he shuffled to home plate, so that got the pitcher upset, they said.
Well, that's funny because it wasn't Quintana. Quintana was out of the game by then, so it was a completely different pitcher. So the first pitch, like I said, almost hit him. He stared him down. I was like, okay, I could feel it. Something in my gut told me, turn on your camera. So I turn on my camera just in time to see the second pitch, plunk the batter, and then boom.
See that? He's stealing your credit, Greg. Now, he's like, thank God I got the camera on in time.
Man, I did such a great job.
See that? I was sitting in a chair working really hard.
Like you're like almost like the reporter with the Zeppelin, the humanity, you know, like perfect spot I'm on.
I am pretty wonderful. Okay, that's enough about the brawl. But if you want to see the whole thing in its entirety, if you didn't see it right now live online as during the show, you can go to our YouTube channel.
As it stands,
Don't go to any more Quake games, Pep.
As it stands, I think this is the longest Cal League roundup we've had.
It is, and it's not done yet, because intern Aaron over here went to the Midway Classic. It was the home run contest for the California and Carolina League All-Stars on board the deck of the USS Midway in San Diego Bay. So Aaron, what was that experience like? I've done a lot of sports. I've never done anything like that.
It was really, really unique. I absolutely had like a blast there. I mean, just to be able to walk around the ship, and then they have some of the planes out there and all the jets. So like I got to go in there and then just check it all out, and then to end it with baseball and free food. I'm not complaining.
Oh, you didn't mention the free food. Oh, that's awesome. That's even better. What did they feed you?
Okay, I wasn't supposed to be fed. It said in the email not to be fed, but I stole some fruit. I was a little hungry.
Some fruit?
I just wanted some fruit.
Like a typical college student, finding a way to get the free food.
Exactly.
Gotta survive, right?
You know what it's like to be a college student.
Oh my gosh, ramen and PB&J, right?
Yeah. That's all I know.
So it was awesome. So I was asking you because I didn't know all the particulars. So how did they gauge what was a home run? Because obviously the balls are leaving the aircraft carrier and landing somewhere out in the bay.
Yeah, so they had buoys set up, and then they had volunteers out there like on jet skis and kayaks and stuff, and they were rounding up the balls. But the way they had it set up was buoys, and then if the ball went past the buoy, that was considered a home run. And so then they had someone standing at the bow of the ship. Is that the front of the ship?
Does that sound right?
Does that sound right?
Sounds pretty right.
Okay, we'll go with it. We know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And, he had a flag, and he'd wave it up, and then the guy on the microphone would say, that's a home run, and then that's how they took it. So.
That's great. And?
Yeah.
Home run!
No, there'd be like a slight pause, and then you'd be like...
It's like a relay system, right?
So
it could have been
a rig. Suspense.
Yeah, exactly. It was rigged.
Yeah. So what else are you going to take away from that, the whole experience? Was there anything unique or different, like when you were there, like, man, that's really going to stand out?
I liked how it was laid back. I liked that there was just players walking around. You could just grab anybody for an interview. I mean, it was just a very, very casual, kind of laid back thing. And then they had, some sponsors come up, and they did, like, some BP before the players came up and did the home run derby. And then the owner's son came out, and he was hitting some bombs off the ship. It was insane. So
the owner's son was hitting bombs.
He was hitting... It was insane. But, Kyle Petty, he owned
on the Bakersfield Blaze, right?
Yeah, he killed it. So it was just really, really fun to watch it.
That's pretty cool.
He did really well because he wasn't looking into the sun the entire time he was trying to hit.
Sam Lynn Ballpark was built backwards in Bakersfield.
That's
so they start their games late because if you start like on time when they should, you'd be looking right into the sun.
Advantage pitcher.
Yeah, so. Aaron, thanks for going down there. If you want to see a full report from Aaron, it's right now on our Inland Sports YouTube channel, and she did a great job, all kinds of cool shots. Saw you walking through helicopters and all kinds of crazy stuff.
It was really, really cool. Like I said, it was just really open and really laid back, so I think that was the best part of it, was that you could pretty much just hang out anywhere and you had a shot and a view of everything. So.
It's awesome.
And you're in San Diego when it's 113 in Riverside.
Okay, but
that doesn't hurt.
It was still hot there.
Oh, wait, hold on one second. It's relatively speaking warm.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it, 85?
It was, and
It was 85. It was killing me.
I think the worst part, though, so I'm walking down before and I want to get some food, and I see a hot dog stand, and I'm like, ooh, like, it's kind of expensive. So I go down to this restaurant, and the person I was with, we got like the seafood or whatever, and I was like, I should have just gotten a hot dog. Like, I'm at a ball game. That was the one mistake of the night, was that I didn't stop and get a hot dog. So, and it was a street dog, too. So.
Was that an E, Aaron?
Yeah, that was an E on Aaron, yeah. Complete air, yeah.
All
you don't
right,
want to get fancy and eat seafood at a home run derby.
I was like, I don't know what I was thinking.
It's those millennials, man.
Yeah, I guess the free fruit didn't fill her up,
No,
right?
I didn't.
Stolen fruit. That wasn't free. She wasn't supposed to have that.
It's all brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. AdrenalineAthletic.com is the website. Check it out. Football, baseball, basketball. They do all sports. Even if you're looking for training sessions, boot camps, they can hook it up. So whatever level you're into, youth, high school, college. Cam over here plays with the collegiate baseball team at Adrenaline, so they run the gamut. So whatever you're into, they can cater it towards you. Remax Advantage, nobody sells more real estate. 909-307-5665 is the phone number. They offer full real estate along with escrow and loans. You can visit remaxadvantage.me for more information as well. And Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. David Zink, you were just there last Saturday.
You wouldn't even let me on the show to let people know. I took a picture with them. I was like a celeb.
I know.
Actually, they didn't want to take the picture. I'm like, come on, guys, please.
You had to force them to take a picture?
I had to give them the candy and the rose back in order to get a picture.
Well, we love Spoiled. We love Bill Navigado and his team. They are the very best. We don't associate it.
Wait a minute. Bill wasn't there. Bones and Luke were there.
He's big
Bones
time.
and Luke working hard. They were working hard, running the ship.
Well, we appreciate their support nonetheless. Once again, more video and stories on our website, inlandsports.wordpress.com, and also on our channel on YouTube. Just search Inland Sports. For the Centennial Huskies, for CBU head coach Rick Croy, I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time on the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.